Hey guys, welcome back to another action figure review. We're taking a look at the McFarlane Toys mega figure, Bane, from the DC Multiverse series. On the back of the package, we have artwork from the cover of the Secret 6 comic, issue number 35. And on the side we simply have the character's name, with no information on what series the figure is from. Even though this is a mega size figure, it's still easy to remove from the package without tearing the box open. But in order to get the collectible card and standout, you will have to rip open the plastic attached to the cardboard box. Bane is a supervillain who is often seen fighting Batman using his superhuman level strength and intelligence. As a child, Bane was in prison, serving a life sentence his father had acquired for being a revolutionary and mercenary against the corrupt government. For many years, Bane learned to survive on his own, growing stronger in the prison's gym, reading as many books as he could find, learning languages from different inmates, and how to fight from defending himself. Bane committed his first murder at the young age of 8, stabbing a criminal who tried to force Bane into working for him. During a prison riot, Bane was captured and arrested, and ordered to be used in a human experiment, testing out a new strain of venom, powerful enough to make him a superhuman. The venom operation was a success, but Bane forced his own body's vital signs to be so low the machines would display him as dead, tricking the doctors into throwing his body away. Bane would then return to the prison island and overthrow the warden and take total control, with his eyes set on Gotham City next. Let's take a look at the details. Here we have Bane with his iconic black luchador mask, with a gray bladed design on the mask with red eye sockets. The mask has large stitching on the edges and a rough cloth texture. On the back we can see green and silver venom tubes connected to the machinery on the back of his head. The machinery is detailed with small latches, plates, and tubes spiraling randomly. With the black light applied, we can see how the venom tubes are UV reactive, giving the green a bright glow. The chest has huge bulging muscles, with large veins and muscle fibers detailed into the skin. Multiple brown straps are secured into place with black buckles across the chest, with leather pouches hanging from each side. Underneath we have a small black tank top that barely covers any of the skin. On the back we have 3 steel tanks containing venom. 2 small tanks to the side connect to the bright green tubes, and the center with a metal tube. Underneath we have a leather plate strapped onto the back, as well as the rest of the black cloth tank top. On the right shoulder we have large bulging muscles on the bicep, with more veins sculpted into the skin, as well as a bit of dark wash staining the skin. The muscles and veins continue onto the hands, wearing fingerless black leather gloves and hands in an open grasp position. On the left shoulder, we have a small black strap attached to small metal machinery with the green venom tube attached to it. The tube's attached to a small metal device with a red button at the center to inject more venom, strapped into a black leather gauntlet. And just like the tubes on the back, they also glow here under UV light. On the waist we have a silver belt with a large red buckle at the center. The silver belt has multiple small compartments on it wrapping all around the figure. More of the small compartments on the belt can be seen behind, as well as the small back pockets on the black pants. More cargo style pockets can be seen on the thighs of the figure, with wrinkles and folds being sculpted into the black combat pants. On the legs we have small cloth knee pads, with the pants wrinkled and stuffed into the black combat boots, detailed with laces and a leather texture. We wrap up the details with the boots. A standard military black boot with details like leather sections stitched together, laces, and a thick rubber sole. Let's take a look at the articulation. We have a ball joint at the head, with the head slightly restricted by the tubing on the back that attaches to the tanks. Shoulders that open and rotate. Elbows that bend upward only and rotate. Wrists that rotate and bend up and down. We don't have a ball joint at the chest usually seen on McFarlane figures, but we have a ball joint at the waist that rotates and slightly bends forward and back. Legs that open and bend forward, with the sculpting on the backside blocking backward movement. Thighs that rotate a good amount. Double jointed knees. Ankles that bend up and down and twist. with a toe that bends up. One thing to note is that the left arm is a bit restricted with the wire that connects to it, but only in the most extreme positions. As a mega figure, Bane is a larger figure scaled to fit the McFarlane 7-inch scale, and stands at 9.5 inches at his tallest point. Here I've set him up next to a few other mega figures by McFarlane as well as other DC Multiverse figures to get a better scale of the figure. We get a collectible card with the comic book artwork on the front and character information on the back. And we get the McFarlane stand with the DC logo on it. While the package on this Bane doesn't have the actual comic series the Bane is modeled after, we can make the assumption that this is the Nightfall version of Bane, where he breaks the Batman's back. As a mega figure, this size is impressive, but at this scale, Bane might be a bit taller than expected, especially taking his official height of 6 foot 8 inches. Bane towers over most other DC Multiverse Batman figures, throwing the scale off to similarly sized characters. The large McFarlane joints feel sturdy, clicky, and can definitely support this figure's size and weight, but I have to say I'm not a fan of the elbow joints being sliced into the sculpt. The UV reactive glow on the tubes is a nice hidden feature, but as for the paint, we have a decent amount that was applied pretty well. My only complaint is that the dark wash could have been applied more thick, to better show off the muscles and veins in the skin. As for the accessories, we're left only with the stand and a collectible card, and I think McFarlane missed the mark on making this a great figure to pose with alternate hands. A closed fist accessory would have went a long way with a figure like Bane. McFarlane's DC Multiverse Bane pulls off a great iconic look of Bane, at his peak moment in the Nightfall Batman series. If you're not expecting a perfectly scaled Bane, this huge figure really stands out in anyone's collection, and has a good hefty chunky feel to the figure. Definitely a fun sized action figure to get your hands on. I'm personally happy with the large size of the figure. It could have used more hand accessories and some paint touch-ups, but it fills in the role of the iconic Bane character very well. And just like all the other Mega McFarlane figures, the Mega figures come at a higher price, so I would say it's worth checking out Bane if you ever catch him on a sale. Alright guys, that's it for this review. Leave a comment letting me know how you like this figure, subscribe, or give me a like to help out the channel.